Fill her up.
You're listening to the Gas Digital Network.
What is going on, folks? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Lev Fer Show. We have got a big one for you today, folks. We've got some great stories. We've got some great guests. It's going to be freaking cool. To my left, repeat offender. Fuck? Shut up, Doug. No laughing on the show. To my left, repeat offender. We love this guy. I'm excited to see you today. Mike Cannon.
Thanks for having me, pal. I like your, I'm all in on the silly.
You like it?
Light Lev.
Oh, get ready, buddy.
Good.
Get ready, because it's going to turn quick.
This isn't working.
Those aren't working. Mike Cannon has a brand new special out right now. It's called Traumatized Animal. It's on YouTube.
It sure is.
It's
where they go.
That's where they fucking go, okay? You don't put it on Hulu like a fucking dickhead. No one's going to watch that shit.
Yeah, they wouldn't pay me that much.
I want to go on Amazon. You should kill yourself.
Yeah.
Edit that, Natalie.
Was he talking shit about?
I don't want.
I didn't know what you were talking about, but there's some real reality.
Somebody
to
in
what
I'm
the
just trying to
business
base
that could help
somebody's
him.
in your crosshairs.
No, I don't. I genuinely don't give a fuck. I'm just trying.
I'm scrolling through
My fucking
6
spot at
openers
the
right
cellar. Yeah.
No. I just heard people.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. Son of a bitch.
No, I just
It
heard
doesn't hit me.
people are like they don't want to put shit up on YouTube. I'm like, that's the only place it's gonna get viewed. Like, it's nobody's watching a fucking Amazon special. I don't think.
I just canceled my Hulu, so I won't be seeing that special.
Come
What
on,
are you talking
folks.
about?
So Mike Cannon's got a new special out right now. You're gonna do what the Lev Fer Show fucking army does. All 9 of you are gonna go to YouTube right now. Go to Mike Cannon's fucking special. Drop a like, drop a comment, boost in the algorithm. Even if you're doing shit, play it on mute in the background for an hour on your phone. Don't be a piece of shit.
How long do you have to listen before it counts as a view?
5 seconds.
It's
Is
pretty
that it?
short.
Yes.
So
yeah.
just do me the solid.
Do him a solid, folks. And make sure you write in the comments that you got sent here from the whale himself. And we're fucking rocking and rolling.
The whale's looking lean all of a
I
sudden.
look I look
Look
not
at that.
too. My tits look better.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
do. Even your head looks normal. It's,
Wow.
yeah.
Your shoulders have already sculpted, like,
It's true.
not a ton, but just a little bit.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's coming in.
Guys,
It's
they
starting
say,
to look like a fat scarecrow.
they say I look like the chicken Big Mac. A little rounded on the edges. I haven't tried it yet. I heard
Shiny.
it blows. To his left, Doug Uram.
Hi.
Repeat offender.
Hello.
Regular on the show.
Hi.
Unofficial co-host.
Yeah.
Take that, Derek Drescher.
Yeah, eat that shit. And
Yeah.
with those 5 teeth you got left.
I mean, why you gotta be hurtful? Why you gotta be
I
hurtful
don't
to the
mean to
guy?
hurt feelings. I'm sorry. I'm not here to hurt feelings. I'm here to make friends.
Well, you gotta make a decision on the headphones, but you
Yeah.
don't need them.
No, I
No, the
don't.
fucking
need
knob
'em.
is broken.
I guess
see?
I don't. Yeah, it's totally broken.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on, but it's fine. You were pixelated earlier.
Yeah, that was cool.
The headphones.
A little
That's
silent.
what happens when you have a haunted podcast.
Dude, Natalie looks fucking livid at how much.
You see like steam and crank wheels back there.
You see the steam on the wall.
She's just on her ledge. She's like, I can't believe none of this is fixed.
It is hell back
the
there,
headphones,
buddy.
if you crank them all the way, should work.
Oh, they were all the way, though.
I think so.
I'll
Yeah.
forget
I
it.
can't tell the fucking thing.
Try 'em
about
on.
What do you need to hear? Put the headphones on to hear women speak.
That's
What are you
true.
doing?
Go ahead.
You hear anything?
Is it
Oh!
Yeah.
Wow.
It just has
Wow.
to
Oh,
be
you
up
didn't
all
have
the
the
way.
Japanese.
Yeah, but I
react.
think you helped fix it by pulling the knob completely off.
Because
and
it
then
was
just
misleading.
Yeah,
that
because
fucking
it was
thing.
all the way over, but
Yeah.
it wasn't all the way over.
Son of a bitch.
Thinking about misleading is where's Mr. Leading? You know what I mean? You never hear about that guy.
It's now a woman.
Come on, folks.
Hey, hello.
So, for the weight loss people, there's a guy who lives on Reddit and Twitter. I've blocked him in many places, but he is like obsessed with me being fat.
That's
I
weird.
mean, literally every 3 days, he makes a dedicated post somewhere of like, he's the biggest piece of shit on earth. Like, and it's like weirdly like positive and hyper negative at the same time.
Sure.
But he's like so invested. I think this guy, like, if I ever go missing, this guy will like just be feeding me in a basement, like tied up.
Like in fucking 7.
Yeah.
He just keeps feeding the fat fuck through a
Yeah.
tube.
Oh yeah.
Sweet
Oh,
little
that would be
bucket
sick.
right underneath you.
Yeah.
So
Can we
like,
do a
the shavings.
podcast with you in that condition?
change.
Oh, so today we got.
So for the people interested, we are
It
down
stinks.
13.6 pounds today, folks.
Oh,
That's legit.
yeah.
That's
Good for
legit.
you.
That's legit. What was the goal? was only like 20, right?
No, I got to lose 50. I got another
50.
36 to go.
36 days?
No, I have until February 28th. I have
Oh.
19 weeks or
Oh,
something
you
like
got
that.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, Thanksgiving, Christmas.
You do
New
have to
Year's
make it through a
Eve.
murderer's row
Jesus
of bullshit
fuck,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
tough.
but you know what? I'm going to stay home for the holidays. My family's all gone.
You can
I
still
think.
eat at home.
But I think I've got it locked down. I've just got it locked down. This is the easiest it's ever been for me in my life to lose weight. Because it feels like I'm doing nothing. I'm just walking more, drinking more water. No almond milk in here, bitch.
Boy, that shit's so bad for you
Just
anyway.
pure sugar.
It's got vanilla flavor in it. It's delicious.
Just black coffees only, water. If I drink, I skip a meal.
There you go.
I mean, I'm locked in. Just calorie count every day. Get your steps in. That's how you do it. Don't be a fucking dickhead and go lift weights and do jujitsu and think that's
Right.
going to help. It's not going to help.
So you haven't even crossed the line into physical fitness.
Haven't
yet.
even
You're
moved.
Good for you.
I haven't touched my legs. And I was wheeled here.
He always comes in sweaty and shiny when he comes in. You look like Subway turkey. Just glistening before you sit down.
Well, I always look. Well, here's the thing. I have a sweater.
Yeah.
But when I leave the house, I'm always just after a shower and immediately out the door.
Oh, that's the worst.
So
When
I'm-
you sweat right after you shower because it was hot.
Every time. I mean, I sweat as soon as I get out of the shower. It's
Oh.
and when I've always just been
That's like failing organs, dude.
something's wrong.
That's not like, oh, you know, I'm one of those quirky dudes.
Yeah, that's the liver working harder after.
That's got to be what it is. I think I genuinely think that I've had so much fast food in my life that there's no way, like, even if I get jacked, there's no way I'm making it past 43. I
Right.
just don't think, too many fucking Wendy's
that's
chicken
true.
bites have just gone through my body.
I don't think that's true because you see like those old celebrities that have done a lot of coke in the 80s and they
Yeah.
hit like 85. Mick Jagger should be dead, right?
Yeah, but
He's still
I
at it, and
think
he works out now all the time.
I think you're better off doing a bunch of coke for 50 years than you are pounding Whoppers.
Well, and he was back then Coke, so it wasn't
That's
even
true.
now Coke. It
That's
wasn't
true.
now
But,
fast food. If you were
yeah.
like a fat fuck in the 90s and ate fast food, you probably, that was like chemically better for you than whatever they put in now.
a great
Agreed.
point.
Yeah, you were kind of a healthy eater nowadays.
Yeah.
Back then,
That's true.
You slammed nothing but Big Macs. You were kind of like a health
Like
freak.
it was
there.
actual
that is a
protein.
good point, yeah. This was real beef patties. Somebody actually killed a cow to make this. It was 100% real ingredients.
But that's the thing, low impact, because I know there's a lot of fatties out there listening, and you hate yourself, and you're eating fucking Whoppers. Just get my Fitness Pal.
Dude, you know what's sad? Fucking Burger Kings are closing everywhere now.
What?
They're starting to like go out of business. There's not going to be any left soon.
What the hell are we doing here?
I don't know. We got to stock up on classic chicken
I gotta
sandwiches.
cash in my points. My King Bucks.
I still have a fry peel that I have to give away.
I was just at the airport yesterday, and we had Burger King for fucking breakfast there. And I made my girlfriend wear the little crown.
Nice.
Adorable.
boy.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
adorable. Just, it
is
just,
cute.
Because my girlfriend's also like 5'1", so she just looks like a kid.
So then you could pretend you're getting blown by a child on her birthday.
Open mouth kisser with a mouthful of fries.
No, I will say, I'm glad, like, my girlfriend kind of looks childlike when she's, like, walking around that. Like, if she, like, runs through the apartment naked or something,
Yeah.
then I'm like, from the corner of your eye, you're like, that might have been a kid.
That's a blurry kid. Yeah.
That's a well-built kid right there, you know?
It wasn't for the pubic hair. I have no idea.
But what's nice is, at least, like, sexually in that mode, she doesn't look childlike. Because I have hooked up with a girl who, like, literally, I had to, like, tell my brain, like, all right, this is not a kid. This looks like a kid, and it really grossed me out. And I was like,
But you still fucked her, huh?
Yeah.
oh, man, for many
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
You
So
weren't scared
gross.
at all that
Yeah,
you'd get the
exactly.
taste for that, dude.
Exactly.
No,
A shark biting a human for the first time. It's like, fuck.
He's like, don't worry, this is legal. And that's what he tells himself in the mirror every time he meets up with her.
It was actually very
It's fine.
relieving because I was like, oh, I'm for sure not a pedophile. Because,
Look at
like the fact that you
Yeah.
are so tiny and childlike is kind of a turnoff. It's not about my girlfriend. This is about somebody else.
Right.
So, but yeah, there was also like,
I love how he says it wasn't a turnoff, but fucked her multiple times.
no, it was one time. It was I'm bigging it up for the fucking
Oh,
podcast.
I'm sorry.
One time.
Right. Yeah, one time.
Yeah, but
time.
that's a risky test to put yourself
That
through,
is,
but
yeah.
you came out the other side.
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
you. I'm on a list.
Not a pedophile, officially.
And what's crazy is a pedophile is the most hated thing in society. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing where, even in prison.
Especially in prison.
Yeah, like everywhere you go, you're gonna have a rough fucking time. But
Minor attractive.
it's not their
Americans.
fault. It's not their fault. They were just born or molested, and
Sure.
it became it's like vampires.
Yeah.
You got bit, or you're born this way and you're just fucked in the head. And even still, we don't have empathy for it. We're like, kill him. Like, it's wild. Like, imagine we're just so lucky we're not that. You know what I mean?
Truly.
Which is what 3 pedophiles would say on a podcast.
That is true. We are so lucky we fuck women over 18.
I feel like that's why me and Doug went quiet there for a minute and let you really just stretch out.
No, I mean, isn't it amazing we're not pedophiles?
Yeah.
We're really not. Title of the show that.
We're not pedophiles. That'll get all the clicks.
Yeah.
I have that's the name of my special.
Yeah.
I promise.
Not a pedophile.
Not a pedophile.
The next one's called I Swear. Still no.
18 plus.
No matter how hard I try.
So we're down the weight. We're gonna keep trucking along. So I will say this: everybody's probably fatigued about hearing about Skankfest. We didn't do an episode last week, so I'm gonna just wanted to. Skankfest was fun as always.
Yeah.
Always a great time. It's
Yeah.
the best. You see all your fans in one place.
That's right.
All 2,000 of them. You're like, it's great. There was a hilarious Reddit comment where somebody was shitting on Skankfest like a couple years ago. That was like, I'm not flying out for a whole week just to let Lev Fer feel like a celebrity for a weekend. Great, great hit. You know,
Great little fucking dig and a twist of the knife.
That's like when you're boxing and the boxer's like, "Yeah, you got me. That's a good shot." So
it is kind of LARPing success for lower level.
Yes.
Comic, you walk around, you're like, look at this. This is what it should be all the time.
You're signing autographs, but really you're like a fat kid in the woods in like a shitty suit of armor, like made of plastic. But the one thing I will say about Skankfest, and I hope I'm not blowing anybody's spot up here, but this was what I still think about this. There's a great fan of the show. I don't want to name names just because, it's like private or whatever, but his brother, who he hadn't talked to, coincidentally came to see me in the city and was like, oh, like I heard about you through my brother. He's super into like the gas world and all that stuff. So I was like, fuck it, I'll come out to see him. I was like, dude, you should come to Skankfest. Like, I know your brother. Your brother goes every year. Fucking come out. You'll have a great time. So then I'm at Skankfest. I see this big fan who's like is just great guy, all the shit. He walks up to me. The last night we're at the bar, Sunday night. I've been drinking. It's fucking the night we're all leaving. He walks up to me. He's like, hey man, I just wanted to say like, me and my brother, we didn't really talk for years. Like we kind of had a strained relationship, and because you told him like come to Skankfest, we kind of like reconnected, and he came out, and we like hung out for the first time in a long time, and like that means the fucking world to me. So I was like, nothing more valuable as somebody with a brother, where it's like how contentious that can get. I'm like, that is the best thing I've fucking heard.
Look at you.
Isn't that awesome?
The
Bridging
glue.
families together.
The glue.
Yeah. First of all, if they ever like tell that story to anybody else, it will not involve you or Skankfest.
It'll there's
involve
this
and
comment.
it shouldn't.
You go from Lev Fer to this comedian.
Yeah,
that
Tim
we
Dillon
like.
once told me, and we met at a prestigious festival.
Lev is a
He's like
regular
a fatter
Celine Dion.
Tim. He's like, so that to me was the one thing where I was like, that is just fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That being said, folks.
Yeah. Let's continue to the shitting talk, not how you're bringing families together. Let's get to that.
Well, this episode is all about holding it in.
Can I ask though, just sorry, because I have sons.
Yes.
So I'm interested in the contentiousness between brothers. I don't know what to expect. I grew up with sisters, so I was just like a victim of mental warfare.
Yeah, and it
growing
shows.
up. Yeah, for sure. For sure. I'm just skittish at every moment. But what? How close are you and your brother in years?
So he's 7 years older than me.
Okay.
And your
My
relation.
sons are 5 years, so that's an interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be very similar. So it changes in waves. Like there's periods where we got along really well, and then there's periods where you don't, and up and down. And
did it coincide with like? Sorry to keep interrupting, but did it coincide with like major developments or transitions, like puberty, like college, like jobs, or was it much more random?
I think we hated each other. Not even hated. I think he probably hated me because I was an annoying little fuck, and I was always like trying to be where my big brother was at. Sure. Learned a bunch of great music and all that shit from him. I would just steal his iPod and be like a 5-year-old listening to Kill You on Eminem and all this shit. And then I'd start rapping in the house. My parents would be like, where the fuck is he hearing this? And it'd just get him in trouble. Like he was just losing every minute because of me. You know what I mean?
You'd steal his iPod and then on top of that rat him out for the shit that you're listening. I can't understand why he hated
It's the boy
you.
I look up to the most, of course.
My mom's like cooking and I'm just like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you like a murderer. And she's like, what the fuck?
Where did you hear these words, Lev?
So it was that. So then you kind of want to always be around where your brother's at.
Yeah.
Then he went off to college, and
Did you ever sneak in on him, like peeking when he brought a girl home?
You'd always try to, but it would never happen.
No.
Well, they would go to like the basement of my buddy's house.
And you'd
so.
be a cock block?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
guess so. I guess I'd have huge cockblock energy. I think probably until my 20s, I probably did.
I reported to my parents downstairs when my older sister was like cuddling with her boyfriend upstairs. I literally
That's
like
good,
snuck
though.
in, looked at it, and
Yeah.
then went downstairs, told my parents, and my father fucking lost his mind.
That's fucking
Dude,
great.
as a dad, I would just
That's
hate to know that's happening.
Yeah.
Do you
Like, just
know
don't
how
tell
much
me.
you saved her from because of that?
yeah, she would have been
Dude,
pregnant.
I would do the same. I would do the same to my sister. When like, so Lisa's downstairs with Joel. And my dad would be like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Oh, passive aggressively, I was like, so it's cool when I'm a sophomore that I get to like bring girls upstairs and just cuddle with them.
Yeah.
That's okay. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, Jessica's upstairs doing that. And they're like, what the fuck?
Just hear an
wanna know
Irishman
something,
flying
Dad.
through a door.
Yeah, just fat T-Rex running up the steps.
Taking a deep breath after he hits that last step.
So then once he was in college and I was in high school and starting to kind of develop a brain a little bit, we started getting along a lot better. We started discussing ideas and all this shit. Then I moved to New York, like right when I turned 18. He was like, oh fuck, he's gone. So he moved to the West Coast.
Yeah.
Then he came to New York just to kind of be closer to me. So then we were like very close for a long time. And then, you know, you get older, you start developing your own relationships.
Right.
You're just not around your family as much, all this shit. Now it's kind of like tough sometimes.
Okay.
You know, as we're like, he's in mid 30s, but it
Is he
isn't.
married?
No. He's dating someone, but it's actively like you try to make your relationship better, but
Yeah.
then you like get into an argument about like politics or some shit, and then you're just like, and then like you
Wait, you
gotta
and your
hurt
brother?
them.
yeah, 100%.
It's why your fucking business is failing.
Yeah, dude, you have. I love that you do that. I was the exact same way. When you know people that well, it's like it's almost. I mean, I guess maybe for us, but it's an go-to where you're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna plunge my fucking sword to the depths of
Yes,
your soul.
it's
I'm gonna
going
say
all the way.
worst thing possible.
And
Especially when you're running out of political arguments, you're like, all right, I'm losing this battle on politics and immigration. What could I say now?
Yeah, he's like, the border's been open. I'm like, if you're a fucking, you just become Kevin Brennan. You're like,
Exactly.
you've always been a.
This is why mom and dad always liked me more. Had more pizzazz.
You go to these major deflections, and then you feel guilty immediately, and you know.
Yeah,
you
that's the
wanna-
worst. Right
yeah.
after you say something, then the fight's over, and you're like, fuck that motherfucker. And then you're sitting there like, did I really have to make fun of the fact that he's adopted? I didn't have
So
to
his
do
feet
that.
are a little web. Did I have to go in? No, but if you
You
want
would have
to,
shut your mouth against that game in Mountain Lakes. You wouldn't have missed that fly ball. I was ashamed to face my friends.
it just shoots up at Thanksgiving dinner. God damn it! If you want to know, to me, the greatest reflection of the relationship of brothers and that contentiousness, read the first 100 pages of East of Eden by John Steinbeck.
Okay.
It is that was a piece of literature that really hit me of like, oh my God, that's what it's like. Is like, I love you and you're my family, but I want to kill you.
Yeah.
There's like a
Or The Outsiders, same thing. They had that whole thing with the brothers.
did they? I
Yeah.
don't remember it.
Dally and who's
Well, that
the
book's
other
a little
one?
more on your level.
With the grease, kind of like you.
Bony boy. No, but it talks about because I think with brothers there's this. It's a competition for who's the one that's gonna take over the family,
Right.
And you're competing in front of your parents' eyes for that. Of like, no, he sucks. I'm the fucking man. Let's kill him.
Yeah.
Give me more food supply. It's like that kind of
And
primal.
it always hurts more when the older brother fails and the younger one rises to the top.
Yeah.
And
But
then
of
they're
course
the
that's how it
breadwinner.
is.
That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Dude,
Yeah.
My second son is like a month and a half, barely even on this planet.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can already see, I'm like, oh, you're going to be like walking and talking shit by the time you're 2.
Yes,
Because he
yeah.
just looks at it already. He sees my 5-year-old moving. He's obsessed with it. He's following it nonstop. And I'm like, just the simple fact that he has somebody that's already done it
Right.
Yeah.
in front of him, it's going to move it
Yeah,
faster.
yeah.
If he could talk shit, he would be like, "That you call that walking? Look at him. His fucking legs are fucking flopping. I could do that better.
And the younger
I
sibling
could crawl. I look better."
almost always has it easier because the parents just have more time on the planet, so they're making more money typically by the time a second kid comes out.
Well, they've also been through it. It's not a big shock anymore.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, our first kid, what are we going to do? What the
Right.
fuck? And then the second one comes and you're like, all right.
And you just get tired.
Yeah.
So you're like,
Right.
that's why my brother never got to sleep over anywhere growing up. But by the time I was 12, I was like, I'm sleeping over at my friend's house. That's the end of it. And my brother's just like, dude, just leave. I don't care. Like,
See, it was so different from me because my sister was the perfect sister, got great grades, behaved really well, and I was such a fucking disaster that my parents, having all the built-up frustration from lack of sleep from my sister, but no outlet to take it out upon, then abused me for 2 children. like just hit me as if I was 2, and I earned every lick of it, and that was my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
Traumatized animal, folks. It's on YouTube now. It's on YouTube now, folks.
Like, I can't believe we held off this long.
I was like I was the same way. I was kind of low key. My brother was like kind of a better kid. He did get a bullshit misdemeanor charge growing up, which like I didn't get, but he got his ass whooped so bad that I was like, that's not happening to me. That's never gonna be me. And then he would get like C's in math, or my dad would flip shit.
Yeah.
So I had this insane stress every day of like, I better fucking not get bad grades. But by the time middle school rolled around, I realized like, oh, like I can just not show them report cards. They're not asking.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I just immediately overnight became, I don't bring a backpack to school. I don't bring a pencil.
Yeah.
My parents even still driving me to school would never be like, you never have anything with you? That's not weird. Finally, from like years had passed until junior year was the first time they asked me for a report card. Because I guess somebody said to my mom, like, oh, report cards are coming out while she was a hairstylist.
Right.
So, and I guarantee, and then and the whole time, meanwhile, I'm like failing out of school. I'm getting like D's and C's.
Oh boy.
I don't give a shit
That's why we're
anymore.
comics. We didn't give a fuck.
Couldn't give a fuck. I was just like, and the epiphany moment for me was I saw like at one point I was in like a human anatomy class, and they were studying me, and
They were dissecting him. Now,
Just splayed open on the fucking
now, if you see here, he's got a 3rd stomach.
you put something in there.
That's for breaking down twigs and rocks.
I'm like, and it's
are
empty. I'm sorry, I stepped on you, but
That's fine.
I remember like the teacher at one point just went, all right, everybody, come get this worksheet. This is what we're doing today. And I watched like the anxiety and frenzy of every single classmate of mine go running to this paper to bring it back. It's like some bullshit fucking work and just flying through it. Like, and I just saw the anxiety on all their faces. And it was like a slow motion moment. I was like, oh, nothing will happen if I don't do this. And all these people are so worried about this. So I was like, fuck it. And that's it. It was a eureka moment. I never cared again.
Yeah.
And I would just
Cut to 20 years later, you're doing a podcast with Gas Studio on a
Doing a
weight loss
podcast.
this
journey.
is the path, man. If you want to be like me,
exactly.
if you want to
Nothing'll happen.
if you want to struggle every month
Yeah.
the
3
rest of your
people.
life,
Yeah.
don't work in school. Don't develop discipline.
If you want to sweat straight out of the shower,
Exactly. If you want 3 people to show up in Chicago and be $25,000 in debt, don't pay attention in school. Don't.
37 people, you cocksucker.
Oh, I apologize.
did they not mail shit home? Because I was like, I'd get
Yeah, we would
progress
get-
reports,
yeah,
go
that's
out to
right.
the mailbox,
In
leave the progress report in the mailbox, and then take the mail into my house.
In middle school, they did do that. So when I knew they were coming around every day, I was checking the mailbox 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And finally, at this point, I got like an F in a class. And I was like, dude, high anxiety about it. Because if I got caught, like literally, my dad would like break a keyboard on my head.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it would have been bad. Like,
Yeah.
like
Why a
it,
keyboard? He had nothing else to hit you with?
no, that would have just been part of
He
it.
just
Like,
had a subscription to Staples. Smash
I would have looked like
That's such a random
RoboCop by the end of it.
object.
There would just be tech all over me, just a computer, everything. So
He would
like,
stick a hard drive up my ass.
so literally, fucking, I'm like, you could have used a flash drive.
It's a full external.
Now I've got a memory.
Use the mini USB. It fits up there a lot easier.
So I remember, I guess my mom like realized like he's going after that mailbox a lot, and I finally like after 3 weeks of
Yeah, you
frantic
put
checking,
some on layaway. That's all right. Back then.
I intercepted it. I got the fucking failing report card, hid it in a fucking sleeve in my backpack. I was like, "Ooh, that is done. It's over." I'm on the computer ripping Star Trek. I'm just like, or a StarCraft. I'm like, "Life is good, baby."
Yeah.
I get a call from my dad. He goes, "Why'd your mom just tell me that you failed geometry?"
Yeah.
And I just went, "Oh my god!" I said,
How did she find out?
Because she fucking realized something was up and then went through my shit
Oh.
and was like, oh, there it is. So
And that's why kids don't trust their parents.
That must not exist anymore because I get like hourly, not hourly, but updates throughout the day
That's some sick
from my
shit,
kids'
man.
kindergarten. So
My
like
God.
That's
through
like
an app,
wrong.
Yeah.
through email, they'll let you know exactly what's going on.
Just
if
let you
if
know
it's good,
Kevin
bad,
failed
whatever.
today.
But then
You're
how
like,
do you
what the
grow
fuck?
up to be like a con man now? Like, how do you grow up to be like a piece of shit?
Shoot your
Like,
to
teachers
find
in
a
the
new way.
face. You bring a gun to school. That's
You
how
learn how to
stop that
fucking
shit.
code. I mean, all those kids now. I think it happened in my old high school, but they have like reviews for teachers
Yeah.
or something like
Oh,
that.
cool.
and
Yeah,
you
I
can-
remember that.
You can like Yelp a teacher out of tenure.
Get the
these
fuck
kids,
outta
these kids
here.
fucking sunk this teacher's rating to be like brutal, and they got actually in trouble for
They
it.
actually
we got a
take them
teacher
seriously?
fired in 8th grade who because he gave us all like C's, and we all like we literally started like a union.
Yeah.
And every kid was like, we're like, we have to get this guy out of here. This cannot be about us.
Yeah.
This can't be an accountability thing. This guy's got to go.
This kid-
So like we literally rallied, like
Yeah.
we were taking meetings with principals. That guy got fired. Fucking 2 months later, we're all at the fucking. We go to a gas station. He's working there now. Like we like ruined this
fuck.
guy's life. Like
Oh my God.
and like granted, he
fuck.
was a terrible teacher, like
Yeah.
unfit to teach. But I was like, I still think about him. Like that guy's a lot. He works in a gas station now.
Yeah.
That was
From-
happening whether
that
it
is
was your
true.
class or the next.
Something was gonna happen where
Yeah.
he drinking on the job, something like that.
Yeah, it
Every
was-
teacher I had was a fucking alcoholic anyway, and so
Yeah.
when you figured that out, when you were old enough to go to bars and you're seeing your old fucking teachers there, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was lucky enough. I had a few teachers that were like truly excellent teachers that like made an impact on me just as like a person.
I had one.
Yeah.
Miss Klein. She was a Jewish broad, big fat ass. And
That's
Jo-
it?
Dude, that was it. That was
Left
it.
an impression.
And fucking this stupid kid Joe walked up to her, and he was like kind of autistic before we knew what that was.
Yeah.
And just squeezed her ass so hard it left an indent like a Tempur-Pedic mattress. And she turned
Wow.
around to say something to him, but she realized that's like the retarded kid.
Yeah, yeah.
So she was just like, "Go back to your seat."
Oh my god!
I'm just happy it wasn't a rabbit.
Now, when he squeezed her Tempur-Pedic gas, did the wine glass on the other side move?
Yeah, no, it didn't. That was what's so great about it.
Nice. Oh yeah.
I had a couple teachers that like they knew, like basically they were like, "Oh, this kid is smart, but he's a fuck off. Like he just doesn't want to do anything."
Yeah, because it was so boring.
Yeah, they would just let me sleep in their class. They wouldn't give a shit. And I
Yeah.
had this English teacher, Miss Lancia, who fucking ruled. And I used to go have lunch in her class. I'd tell her these like really fucked up, dirty jokes. I'd be like, "Have you heard this one?" And
Those were the ones that would fuck the students. Any ones that you could tell dirty jokes to and they chuckle.
Was this Hot Boy Lev or
no, fucking dude.
chubby high school Lev?
Me as a 14-year-old or 15-year-old.
Were you fat back then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me describe head to toe what I was.
Yeah.
Gelled back, intensely pomaded slick back hair,
Boy.
a Sublime t-shirt, a gold chain and gold pinky ring, fat, green khaki shorts, and Vans. So like
What group were you trying to fit in?
8
There was so
different-
All
many.
of them.
Yeah,
All
my
of them.
God.
Yeah.
8 different
Trying to
personalities.
move table to table seamlessly.
Like
can see
I look
like
like
the
a
mobsters.
Mexican like mob boss's
Yeah.
son.
You
like
sound like you were
fat-
going as Sagalo for Halloween.
dude, it was crazy. It was a crazy look. Like finally at like 18, I got it balanced out a little bit, and
Yeah.
and it started looking less fucking insane.
Yeah.
Well, because when you got in comedy, everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Because you were a good-looking kid.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
and I remember the first time we talked, I was like, "You've just been this your whole life,
Right.
I assume." And you had to break it down where you're like, "No, dude, this is like a recent occurrence."
I wish I could have known then too. Of like this is, I could have just warned her. This is so temporary. Like just don't.
Flash in the pan. I will not take advantage of this.
I will literally be looking for flashes and pans after this. Like, no. Like, I am going back. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I think a lot of people would have given me a little more. Hey, I'll give him room to grow. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know.
He'll grow into those Vans and that fucking baggy shirt that he's wearing with mustard stains. Don't worry.
I remember though that teacher, Miss Lancia, when I told her like freshman year, I was like, I think I figured it out. I was like, I think I'm gonna grow up and be a comedy writer. And she's like, yes. She goes, that's it.
There's always one teacher that's
Nice.
like, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, do that. And that was the first adult that was like, oh, you have a dream to do something, fucking do it. And then I had a couple teachers that like I had a religion teacher. This guy, Mr. What was his name? Fucking.
Did you
think
say
it was-
religious teacher?
Yeah, it was a world religion class where he was a Jewish guy who became a Christian.
Yeah.
and he just basically like broke down the Bible and like Old Testament. Just
Wait,
from,
but you're Jewish, right?
yeah.
So you didn't go to like a Jewish school? or
No,
anything?
did nothing Jewish. growing up.
Oh.
So,
That's
but
weird.
it was a very like worldly view of religion, just because it was like, here's the fucking history, here's why Rome matters, here's all the shit. And it was a really interesting class. But I remember telling him like, I think I'm gonna move to New York and fucking not go to college, where like everyone around me was going to college.
Suckers.
Yeah, and like, and at the time, it was like, if you don't go to college, you're gonna be a fucking loser.
Yeah.
Like that was the, you know, I think it's changed nowadays.
Oh, it has, yeah.
Be like now, it's like go become a fucking electrician and.
That's what these new kids are doing now. They're becoming plumbers and electricians because they're like, fuck college.
They should. It's a
It
trade
went the
school.
other
They don't-
way, yeah.
They don't
And
leave
it's
with
not-
debt. They leave making a good living, and then they
Exactly.
can retire at.
Yeah,
some
and AI is not taking that away from you. And
That's
like,
true.
you can fucking go make 150 grand, start making your own clients, and start your own fucking business. It's like,
Yeah.
that's the way smarter way to do it.
And
So
all
either,
those bastards that were like, learn to code. Now all their jobs are being fucking taken.
Yeah.
And then those blue collar guys are like, not me. I'm still plumbing toilets. Fuck
yeah,
you.
genuinely like become an electrician or become a YouTuber. Like, it's the only two paths you have left in life.
Pretty soon
Like,
AI is going to take over the YouTube
somebody's got to
to
entertain the electricians,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah,
That's,
now that's remember that. All right, remember that just used to be specifically blue collar guys. Howard Stern. in the
Yeah,
fucking
I was
morning.
just
and
gonna
that
say
was
that.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now he's wearing a three-piece
Yeah.
over
He's talking
oversized
to
suit.
Kamala Harris and shit with a wig.
hey, don't
talking
fucking
about
go there.
Doritos.
You know we've endorsed it.
Kamala Harris.
This is union.
Oh, Kamala Harris.
Oh, look who waltzed in. I did want to say, you played Comedy Key West, right?
No, I've never been, but I was gonna go. I had to cancel, but I love Tom.
Dude.
I'm gonna go down there this winter.
Tom is the fucking man. He's got a new documentary he just shot with Joe List coming out that I cannot wait to see.
I saw it at Skangfest. It's
Awesome?
fantastic.
Oh.
It's awesome. I mean, listen, anything that gets into the weeds about like alcoholism, self-defeating.
Yeah.
And he's a great Tom is so fucking funny.
Yes.
I loved it. It was awesome.
He's the fucking man, dude. And so he had me down for at Comedy Key West. Great club down there. If you're down there, go fucking support the place. I have so many notes from this trip. I mean, this is going to be a Tuesdays with Stories episode.
Beautiful.
Let's hear it.
So I'm fucking my dad, and no. So first things first, I'm an anxious flyer. Like I like flying. I think it's this incredible, amazing thing, and it blows my mind every time. Every time a plane flies overhead, I have to stop doing what I'm doing. It just truly blows
Especially
me
if it
away.
hits a building.
How hard of a break that was.
Both of us. What the fuck?
What the hell's the matter with you?
Jesus Christ.
The pause was fucking great. Both of your faces just went, what?
First of all, I was still hung up on the absolute horseshit that just spilled out of his
What are you
face.
talking about?
I gotta stop what I'm doing every
exactly.
time I witness the miracle
Yeah.
of
I
flight.
swear
Like he
to
came
God.
out of a
Then
time
you are
machine,
retarded.
yeah.
Dude. Then you
Every
are
time
a
it
legitimate
blows my
retarded
mind.
person.
Every
if you
time
literally,
I hear a train horn, I gotta stop it. Just watch
Yeah.
the train
Dude,
go by.
I can't not look at them. They just every time I go, I can't believe we can do that.
I love all those
It
fly
blows-
well,
flies.
then take all your meals at an
Yeah.
airport because then you'll stop eating.
No, I go to this pitch and putt in Queens all the time, and there's planes flying overhead. I can't shoot while a plane's flying. I gotta fucking see what's going on. These things are insane. It's insane we can do that.
yeah.
So, but the thing is,
Can you believe a woman did that one time?
a couple times.
A couple times.
Flu?
Yeah, Amelia Earhart.
Usually, shit's going right over their head.
Yeah. What happened to her though?
That's true.
That's a good point. We don't know.
Fact. She became.
She tried to park
She became blind and deaf.
Oh,
at the same time.
That's right.
did.
So I'm on this flight, and the only part I don't
You're
like
in
about
complete
flying.
awe.
There you go. He's back. He's back. It'd be so funny if we still just brake checked you. The only part I hate is takeoff. It's just that the inch of getting off the ground, and my brain's going, are we going to hit a fucking tail strike? Are we not going to climb enough? Is one engine going to blow out, and then we're not getting the right rate of climb, and we just go into a fucking building or into
I
the
prepare
ocean?
for that drop every time. Like I prepare for okay, we're failing, it's down.
Every time.
Yeah,
Every
but
single time.
You're up at like 30, or you're up high really quick. Which
Yes.
sounds like
Yeah.
such a dumb sentence, but you're up real high real quick.
No, but once we're at 10,000, all right, I'm chill.
Yeah.
That's it. Now I can chill out. I can do whatever the
They
fuck.
should
I don't
have
care.
those meters, like what your altitude is as you're going up. Like where you could
They
fucking
do.
see them. Where clients
You can look. You can monitor your flight status on the entire flight. And what I'll do is I'll pay for the Wi-Fi and I'll have the flight map pulled up on the website. I'll Google my flight and I will be watching our altitude in real time.
Get the fuck out!
As it
I
gets
didn't
tracked.
even know you could do that. I
Oh,
just
yeah.
go like, I think I'm high up now.
No, I have to do it. So and I'm watching the speed and everything. I mean, I'm in flight simulators just to fucking know what's going on. And the flight simulator does teach you that the plane wants to fly.
You're Mohammed Fatah.
He weighs 911. No, but it does teach you. You're like, oh, the plane wants to go into the air. Like,
Not what you want it.
But so, get this. We're about to take off. We're on the fucking runway. The engines come spooling up. I'm sitting on the window right behind the engine. Bunch of fucking smoke flies
Get the
out
fuck
of the engine.
outta here.
White smoke, bang, pops out.
Oh shit!
Cute, like a cloud of it. And I'm hearing this rattling, like, and I'm like, I fly all the time. I have never seen or heard that. And I'm now full-blown panic. We're about to take off. And
Well, if it was the pilot's gender reveal.
it's blue. You better hope it's not pink. So I'm like, dude, I have to say something. Like, because I'm in all these aviation subreddits. People are like, oh, I saw the fucking truck hit the wingtip and they didn't notice. I warned them. They shut down the plane. The plane's
my
going and all the
God.
shit. So, like, I have to
Jesus
warn them. I'm in a
Christ.
full-blown panic. We're about to take off.
Just buy a bus, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm fucked, you know?
Yeah.
So I whisper the flight attendant over. He doesn't give a shit. And I'm just like, hey, man, smoke just flew out of the engine. And I go, and it's rattling like a motherfucker. He's just like, it's fine. And then he just fucked off.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I just accepted it. I was like, I have no choice. What am I going to delay this? I'm going to die. It's what it is.
Were you in the air at this point?
No, we're on the runway taxiing. We're getting ready to go.
Oh, it's so avoidable.
So avoidable. And the plane is like moving slow. And I just feel like it's just not.
You're sweating by this point.
Dude, I'm shitting out of my ass. Like, I'm like,
That's where it comes
genuinely,
from, yeah.
I'm going to fucking die. So,
I'm
So-
shitting out of my ass, yeah.
and then as we take off, dude, it was like the worst climb. It was like these crosswinds were hitting.
I
where
hate when that
we're
happens. That's always a pain in the ass.
1,000 feet in the air and we're dipping hard.
Did you ever watch that happen? Like if you're driving past
Oh,
the
yeah.
airport in New Jersey and you see them just going like this, like Jesus Christ, they do that a lot, huh?
Oh, yeah. And literally the whole time I'm just white knuckling, just come on, baby, keep it straight, keep it straight. And what I fucking hate more than anything on a flight, when you're 3,000, 4,000 feet in the air, you're just above the ground, and that's when they decide we're making a sharp turn. Oh, yeah. A sharp one.
Yeah.
Where literally you're just looking at the right side of the planet.
Out of Boston, you do that every time because they fly like almost directly into a building and then they have
Yeah.
to bank.
Oh,
just
God.
to miss
oh,
the city.
God.
That's why I Amtrak. If I'm going to Boston, it's on a fucking train. I'm no sucker. So, but every time it's just like, because the thing is, if it's going to be dangerous on a flight, the danger is when you don't have altitude to correct whatever the problem is. So if you're 2,000 feet in the air and you get fucked and there's like a god wind that hits you, you're not going to recover. Like, you just don't have the altitude for it. If it happens at 37,000 feet, you got plenty of altitude to fucking fix whatever the problem is. You got cruising time. So that scared the living shit out of me. Finally, I get to the airport. My girlfriend's flying in 2-3 hours later. I have had zero sleep, and I'm like, I became the sleep on the floor in the airport guy.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Ah.
Which I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't even know that was legal, but I saw some other guy doing it, so I'm like, I'm taking the spot ahead of him.
Yeah.
Sleeping on the fucking ground. I wake up with like
All right,
3
you took the spot ahead of him. You have a whole airport floor, and you chose to sleep right in front
because
of
I
him.
wanted to, if I woke up with like cops on me, I wanted to be like, that fucking guy was here first, and I thought it was fine. Like, I needed someone to, you know what I mean?
pass
it's like
the buck on. That's why your brother hated you. You were always fucking doing
you
shit.
get behind the really speeding car. You know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
You're like, look at that fucking guy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So I was like, they have to get to him on the way to me.
Yeah.
So that was my thinking. So I fucking finally,
I love how you assume that while you're sleeping, he couldn't possibly get up.
no chance.
No. I think he was dead. He wasn't breathing. Yeah.
Dude, so I got like 30 minutes sleep. I woke up to like 5 Peruvian families huddled around me. Is like, and you have to sleep
For warmth.
you have to sleep with like your hand in your pocket covering your wallet just in
yeah.
case you get fucking robbed. So that was me in the Miami airport. Finally, my girlfriend flies in. We get a rental car, drive down to Miami. It's 3.5 hours down to Key West. The drive is like gorgeous. It's like really you go through like
It's a straight shot.
straight shot. You go through the Everglades. You go through fucking
Yeah, there's like alligator crossing and shit.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like,
A lot of pythons there too.
bunch of and they're all there because some dickhead started releasing them.
Yeah, that's how that all started.
Yeah.
Just one asshole releasing these fucking pythons he had at some shutdown reptile shithole in Florida that
Fucking
people wanna
Joe
go to.
Exotic.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly some meth head with a fucking lip ring right through here.
Literally. Now they're
Release a-
so overpopulated. They've like wiped
a
out
bounty on
every
them.
mammal in the Everglades. Also, when you fly into Miami, you see all that land. It's
Yeah.
like crazy how much of
It's
Florida
beautiful.
is
Yeah.
just uninhabitable swamp
Yeah.
marsh. It's wild.
I would
Gonna be
definitely
even more
love
eventually.
to do that, man.
Yeah.
I would love to go down there and hunt pythons.
It was very. But the thing is, I was so exhausted on the drive. I still got no sleep. So my girlfriend's driving. It's like there's a 7-mile bridge where it just looks like it's like the only thing you see is a little 2-lane bridge. It's really low barriers on the side, like literally like a 2-foot concrete
that.
barrier. Hate that.
Just after a storm too.
Nothing around you except pure ocean. That's all it is. There's nothing else. It's limitless blue ocean. There's no. That's the only thing you see. It looks like you're literally driving into heaven. Is
Yeah.
what it looks like. And I'm so my girlfriend. And I'm trying to sleep. I'm so dead. My girlfriend, being a woman, is like,
Keeps talking.
look, a pelican, and then just starts veering towards the barrier. And I go, yeah, it's not worth us going into the water for. Like, we're going 60 on this 1-lane on this 2-lane bridge. So I had to stay awake the whole way. I still got no sleep. I got to go to the club, Comedy Key West. Great club, like fun room. We had a good time, but literally I'm on 0 sleep because I'm like I can't fall asleep with this maniac at the wheel. This would be fucking crazy. Like she just doesn't. When people brake in front of her when those lights come on, she doesn't like think that matters.
Yeah.
Like
She just keeps going
she
until
just
she's right there at the
keeps
fucking
going.
back bumper.
Yeah.
Oh.
She goes right there. There's been many times where we're flying at stopped traffic on a highway, and I have to go. And it's brake slam.
My wife will get caught up in the beauty of the color red. When she sees brake lights, she's like, whoa, cool. And then like, oh, we're in their fucking rear seat.
There's nothing worse than when that fucking license plate becomes like an eye exam and the letters just keep getting bigger. You're like, all right. I can see it perfectly. It's right into my face.
Yeah, so we get there, and I'm like, Key West, fascinating place. Everybody there feels like they're running away from like charges.
Yeah.
Which it kind of is. That's exactly kind of what
Yeah,
that
it's
is.
like this kind of the vibe immediately feels swingery. It's like people here don't give a fuck. Like something's going on. There's a piratiness to it.
It's where pirates go to retire.
Exactly.
It's the one land ho where they go.
That's right. There was
true.
many land hoes there that weekend.
There are, yeah.
So
Florida 10s with a missing back molar, baby.
So I hear there's a famous bar there. It's called the Garden of Eden, where it's a 3-floor bar. The rooftop is clothing optional.
Yeah.
So big DJ, dance floor. You're on a rooftop. Bunch of people are naked, and I'm like, we got to go check this out. So first night I'm with my lady. First night we go check it out. I'm with the dude from the club who fucking rules. Shout out to Joe. As these like 2 chicks, they're probably like 65, but like a pretty attractive 65.
Yeah, that Florida plastic surgery, fake tits, fake tail.
All that, yeah. And you're like, all right.
Blown
And
up lips.
they come down with this dude who's like an older guy, and they're coming downstairs, and they're like, oh, they're closed. You guys missed. We needed you earlier. Now they're shut down.
I thought those were optional. Cocksucker.
So it'd be funny to sign off your own jokes with cocksucker.
Cocksucker.
They go, we needed you, and then the husband just gives them a fucking nod. Both these ladies take their tits out.
These
and just,
older broads?
older broads, and just start rubbing them together
Wow.
right in front of our face. And I'm like, oh, this is gonna be a fun weekend.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's why. And meanwhile, the 77-year-old dude is like, he's looking at my girlfriend. He's like, "You're with this fucking jackass." He's like, "I'll change your life. Like, come with me." Like,
Oh, my
he's getting
God.
his kicks. I'm like, it's all good. So. We fucking we go to like a few bars, and the bars in Key West genuinely have so much like character to them. Where like they're not faking the funk. These are genuinely awesome bars.
Yeah.
And there's so many of them, and you're like, this fucking rips.
It's
Like,
also not. I mean, you're on the road all the time, so you see every city is more or less the same. It's homogenized. They're same bars. If it's a different name, it's still the same setup.
Yeah.
So everywhere you go is just like, all right, I've seen this before. Then you get to Key West, and you're like, none of this is available.
Yes,
in any other part of the country.
they're not
I gotta go
faking
to
the
fucking
funk.
Key West.
Yeah, it fucking ripped. And then you'll be like at some bar that's been there for 70 years, and it's like, oh, Hemingway used to come here every night and get hammered. There's like a weird history around the whole place where it's like Pan Am's headquarters, I think, started there, and then fucking there's like a Harry Truman house. It's like this beautiful White House where like JFK would go fucking hang out. It's like, there's this weird, like, also sense of history underneath. But you realize it's like it's a beach town where they don't give a fuck about the beach. Like, they don't care. It's like,
You don't go on it?
it's all the beaches are man-made. And there's coral all around, so they don't give a shit. It's really a town where they just want to get fucked up and fuck tourist girlfriends at night. And that's the whole place. So
it's kind of a great place, though, if you are like an ostracized alcoholic in your own community, because you can go down there and there's truly no judgment whatsoever. Like if you actually take a break, like if you're like, oh, I'm gonna slow down drinking, people are like, what?
Yeah,
like, why? What is the purpose of that?
it's all
the
there's to
rush?
do there. Yeah, it's just
What are you trying to live forever?
Yeah, you try to get. It's literally a beach town where everybody wakes up at fucking 7 p.m. and then starts slowly
Parties again.
after it.
Yeah, slowly trickling to
You
the
can
bars.
hear the town wake up.
Yeah,
They have morning Coke, they have afternoon Coke.
yes, that's completely right. So first night we couldn't get in there.
Next time you need an opener for that place. Let me show up. And I won't veer into the fucking ocean when I'm driving.
I've seen your sets.
I meant driving.
Second and third night, we're like, we're gonna go check this place out. We're gonna go back to this Garden of Eden spot. Now it's packed. There's a fucking DJ there who's also a comic. He's just ripping Dirty South rap bangers the whole fucking time. You walk in, there's a dude with a cock ring on, and you're like, all right, we're fucking going at it. You know, we're doing it.
This boy's got a hitch.
Bunch of like Florida MILFs, big fake tits out. Their husbands are like, you fucking see these cans, you know? You're having like a time. It's pretty wild. So we go there the next night. Next night is packed. And like,
how many of the people in the optional nude are nude?
I would say it's about 70% either at least topless or nude.
No shit.
What are they, people you want to see fucking naked?
There's a few, there's a few. But 20, 30% are in clothes. Maybe even less.
Did any part of you consider, at the very least, going full Winnie the Pooh? Dropping pants, keeping your shoes on.
I would have gone the other way. I would have gone.
Dude, he would have crushed over there. Red T-shirt, no pants. Yeah, they would have fucking.
I
calling
can't
him
go-
Just your
there
fresh
every
cock
night.
dangling, though.
Yeah.
They haven't seen a young cock like that
Dude,
in years.
Nice
dude.
city cock.
I am. This is why I
homeless
couldn't
people in
go pants off. I am full grower. I mean, it would be like.
We all are in this room.
You remember those little toys that came out of the vending machines? It was like a little like half top, and if you like
Yes.
pushed it to jump, that's what my dick would look like.
I know exactly what you're talking
Nothing
about.
behind it, just the top of the head.
Yeah.
Would just be what's sticking out of my fucking
It's a little doorbell.
little doorbell.
Yeah.
Come
Doorbell
in.
to the RV.
Yeah.
So that I was like, I could never do that. But I was like, but if all my boys were doing it and we had a whole crew thing,
All my boys
Yeah.
had their dicks out.
and we
That's
all
exactly
agreed
the
like
selling
tonight
point
we're just
right there.
doing this,
Sure.
then maybe you could talk me into it.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting there, all of a sudden this fucking shirtless guy walks up to me and he's like, I listen to Legion of Skanks. I like. he goes,
Was he at the show?
no, he wasn't
Oh, that's
no.
even better.
Not at the
That's
show.
even better.
Yeah.
He doesn't come to see you, just notices
an
you
ass.
Just
out.
notices, and
Yeah.
he's like fucking. I think the only fans that came out were women and then one guy. So shout out to everybody that did come out. But this dude's like, I watched Skanks. He's like, it's really cool to meet, and he's like shirtless we're surrounded by naked people, and he's like, I know this is weird, but and then I was like, oh, if you want like a picture or anything, feel free to bother me later. And then I remember, you can't have a phone in here.
Oh, right.
So it's like that whole thing, and then I go and sit down. We're hanging
Wait,
out.
so what'd you do with your foot? You had to lock it away?
I just kept it in my pocket.
Got you.
But I don't know. I assume a lot of people don't even bring them.
Well, I'm sure if they see you with it, you're fucking.
Yeah,
of
you're
the
out.
joint.
You're out. Yeah. So then I'm sitting over there where we have like these two like chicks ended up hanging out with us from the show. My girlfriend called it a night early, so we were just hanging out with them. I was wingmanning for a friend, and then next thing you know, I'm sitting there. This fucking Asian guy with no shirt on walks up to me and he's like, "Dude, I'm a big fan." He's like, I really love your videos. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
He's like,
Big
no,
hitting,
PHAN. I am literally
I'm a big fan.
a giant agent.
Like,
It's his last name.
I'm like, all my people are like here naked in this fucking bar. Like,
Excellent.
which is like, I kind of like that. Like, my people are kind of freaks. So,
Yeah.
you
The
know.
sad part is none of them came out to the fucking show.
Yeah, I
They're
think
all fans, but not one of them showed up. What the fuck kind of place
I didn't
is
see them
this?
there.
You gotta get a target marketing, dude.
I think the weather really fucked us during that weekend.
Yeah.
We sold out one show, or like close to a sell, but the other two were a little later.
We digressed. Sold that one show, the other two a little later.
No, but then the other thing too, this thing about Florida, you go to the strip club after. Open till 4. Grand opening. New club.
Wow.
They had it was the perfect size of like 3 stages, but everybody's close together.
Yeah.
Chicks doing fire shows. Pussies out.
Yeah.
Pussies
Full
out.
puss.
Full puss.
Yeah.
Mike.
But what is the age range of the strippers? Like, are they weathered Florida?
14.
They're weathered Florida, Mike. They're at 35 and up. Mike.
They're cracked wallet skin.
That's the one thing. There's not a lot of like people under 20. No, I would say there's probably not a lot of people under 35.
Sure.
That's probably 35 is starting.
Because it's
age.
like he said, anybody who go, they're like the outcasts of the town, so they're
Yeah.
older. Not too many young people live there. They
Yeah.
just go to visit.
or like swingery sales bros and their
Yeah.
chicks, like from the South. It's like who's there. So
Did you get proposition for any switcheroonies or anything like that?
there was a couple that I think would have been down, but like the other thing was my chick was like, "Oh, I'd be down to like do this nude," and I was like, "What are you crazy? You fucking whore? What are you?"
You're never coming here alone. You're never coming here alone.
But because in my head, but then I realized like it's because she's just so like nudity is like nothing to her.
Right.
Like she's just so comfortable in her skin that
Right.
I'm just like, oh, this is like a me thing. And I was like, maybe that wouldn't bother me. We'll see. But I think because we were hanging out with people from the
Yeah.
club and that shit, it was like different. So she was like,
Sure.
like I don't want to be like topless in front of people who you like work with. and all that shit.
Coworkers.
Yeah, that's
so-
true. You don't want that.
Yeah.
Guy from the club. By the way, Lev, girlfriend's tits. Nice. Sick.
We got to bring him back.
Why
When
don't you
come
talk about
back,
that
bring
on
your girl.
stage? Those tits.
Yeah, strip club was fucking tits out, pussies out, assholes out. I'm having the
2 for
time.
1
of my-
special with the lasagna entree.
Beers, $6.
Nice.
That's
$6, and they think that's crazy down
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
They're like, "This is nuts."
that's
That's
what
cruise
that
ship
is.
prices.
Literally, they're like freaking out about it. I'm like, I've never paid less than $18 for a fucking beer in a strip club. So that fucking ruled. Meanwhile, me and my girlfriend, we've been drinking. We're sitting at the strip club. We're watching whores dance, and then all of a sudden we get into this big like heart to heart, like one of those like, oh, you like.
What a place they have a heart-to-heart, a strip
I know.
club while the beer's flowing after she just said she wanted to take her tits out in public.
I don't know why it happened that night, but you know, like once a year, you have to have like a real relationship discussion where you're like, I gotta
Yeah.
let the walls down and say the things that need to be said.
Yeah, you got to let the walls down and ask her, so what are we doing here?
Well, it happened there,
Yeah.
and like literally to the point where we were both crying
Oh, Jesus Christ.
in the strip club.
What the fuck?
To the point where my buddy, and not like a bad
How much
cry,
coke
but
were you
like
doing?
I would no blow, and my buddy like talked to his other buddy. He's like, "You think I should go say bye?" And he was like, "I don't think so." Like,
Wait, what did this talk consist of? Can we talk about that?
I mean, I think we have too much to talk about to this episode,
Right.
but we'd gladly talk about it next one. Just like just fucking getting through relationship issues and financial stresses and all that kind of shit, and what your goals are and all that. So shit like that, and it was it was getting real. So
We've
I
been through
love-
so
I-
much together.
it
through a
wasn't
lot.
that gay, but so we did that, and then but the whole time you're just I woke up then the next morning more hungover than like in years, like
Yeah.
true
Getting
brutal
old,
hangover.
man.
Till 7 p.m. Like
Yep.
you get that flash of intense nausea where you're like
Cold sweats.
oh god, it was fucking brutal. And then for the rest of the weekend, I just like on the trip out, I had the kind of diarrhea that you can't wipe. Like,
What do you mean?
You'll wipe fully and you're completely spotless. You got 2 fingers in your ass and you're still nothing's coming out. The second you get up and walk, you're in trouble again.
Yeah.
I was just leaky.
Just from the beer?
From all you're squeezing in is a couple wings or something on
Yeah.
the way, and then you're just pounding rum or whiskey all
And
fucking
you've been
weekend.
eating clean up until this point.
You need to recaulk your
no.
tiles. Water was seeping.
Literally, I had a leaky asshole all fucking like on the whole trip back. I was so miserable, and every 5 minutes I was going into the bathroom just out of
On the
security
plane?
checks. Yeah, on the plane, like at the airport. So
Yeah, that's the worst when it kind of
Airport
comes out and you're not
bathrooms.
really feeling it the whole time.
Yeah.
Like I would rather that hot cup of soup
Yeah.
feeling
Yeah.
over that any day.
yes, it was truly miserable. It was truly,
Yeah.
and you're suspecting it, and then you stop at the gas station to wipe your ass, and you're like, I was right. I was
Yeah.
fucking
Oh,
right.
this is a
Yeah.
full shit's worth.
Oh, man.
It's like an English name.
Shit's worth Bentley.
You dropped a full shit's worth here.
This is my driver. Shit's worth.
Let's do a couple plugs real quick. We'll talk about Doug's hunting adventures, and then we'll get the fuck out of here. The Jets are playing tonight, folks.
Oh, that's
why the
right.
lighting is green. We have a must-win game.
Fucking firing their goddamn coach last week out of nowhere. What the fuck?
It was due to happen. What are your plugs, boys? What do you got coming up? I can start while you guys pull it up. I'm just one road date coming up. Winnipeg, January 2nd through 4th. I'll be playing Rumors Comedy Club.
Nice.
I hear that club is so fun. I'm excited to be
That's
there.
just a rumor. Motherfucker.
I really like that. You
the
got me.
laugh
Yeah, you
clip?
sold me on that. That was great.
So check that out if you're in Winnipeg or near Winnipeg. Come out. Let's bring in the new year together and watch this show. You're already doing that. Like, comment. The show's hitting a real ceiling to the point where I might need to restructure it or something. It might just be my own career ceiling is just really affecting this. But we need to figure something out, folks. So just make sure you're subscribed. Let's try the next goal. The next step is 10,000. Let's try to get there. Fucking hit that subscribe button, like, comment, do all that good stuff. Tell a friend about the show. If they like comedy, they'll probably like this show. That's kind of it. Make sure you're following me on Instagram. We're trying to blow that up. And Mike Cannon.
Yep, my special Traumatized Animal is out now on YouTube. Check that out. Pass it around. Let some friends know. And I'm on the road. I'll be in Wilmington, North Carolina, October 25th and 26th. I'm in Philly, October 29th, DC, October 30th. And then I got more dates coming in Houston, Jersey. I'm all over the place. MikeCannonComedy.com. But for mostly, just check out the special.
Fuck yeah. Doug?
I don't have a special coming out, but follow me on Instagram. It's at the Doug Uram. Next Saturday, I'll be at the Comedy Dojo in Morris Plains.
Nice.
And just follow me there. I'll post more dates
Beautiful.
on my story.
Oh, I forgot to bring you fucking podcast equipment. I was going to bring you that.
That's all right. I walked here. I'm not going to walk out of the
okay.
fucking walk out with a ton of goddamn fucking
I forgot to bring you stuff. Why don't you swing by my house this week?
I should.
Come
When?
by.
What day?
Whenever.
All right.
I'm here till Sunday.
I like that you do that you plan things on your show.
What? We got fill time.
This smoke break is brought to you by YoDelta.com, the official Getting High sponsor of the Gas Digital Network.
All right, tell me. I saw you just posted a fucking photo of a new deer.
I did. I shot him fucking, when was it? Saturday night
You might be. Where did I see this on Instagram?
on Instagram.
Pull it up. Pull up Dougie's Instagram. Let's see. Tell me all about this.
This
is your favorite thing in the world.
Oh, I love it. I want to somehow do, but I can't figure out. Plus, it's also a money issue. These guys film their own fucking hunts by themselves.
Yeah.
I want to do that, and I want to go on a fucking tour where I hunt the fucking.
Why don't you get some
states that I'm in.
GoPros?
Because they're expensive.
Are they?
And they look like shit.
Dude, you can go on Facebook Marketplace, get some fucking GoPros for
Yeah.
no money. I guarantee it.
Really? But
You
they film
guarantee
like
it.
fucking crap.
You can probably get the. I bet
These
you.
dudes, yeah, but you got to keep up with YouTube, and these guys, dude, have like fucking movie cameras out with them that they pin to a fucking tree, and they.
Number one rule of filmmaking, Doug. It doesn't matter what the video quality looks like. It just matters the story you're telling.
Is that true?
That is true.
Yeah. I mean, Christopher Nolan might disagree, but
Yeah, I think so.
Who the fuck is he?
You don't see him?
are you
Where
alone?
you
So
film?
you're totally alone?
Yeah, I'm all by myself.
You don't go with pals or anything like
no,
that?
I'm out there by myself. That particular boy, I didn't think I was gonna get shit because it was too hot, and I just missed a cold snap.
Where do you go?
That's in New Jersey.
Okay.
That's in where the fuck is that?
Do you, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask a lot of dumb,
No,
kind of beginner
ask whatever.
questions. But like, how do you know this spot? Were you?
How do you know this deer?
have
I
you
invite
been,
him over there. I stick it.
have you been going solo for a while? Like
Oh,
that
yeah.
seems like such an intense thing
I've done
to do
this
by yourself.
probably alone. I used to go with my father, but then he got a little bit older and with diabetes, so he doesn't go out as much at all. So now I go by myself out there. So I've been doing that since I was alone, since I was 21, 22.
No shit.
some shit
That's
like
cool.
that. But that particular one, I thought I had a bad shot on him because it's called quartering away. So like if
Oh, you don't come that far?
no, exactly, it's hard to come 20 yards, and get him on his back. So
That would be an interesting hunt if you
try to shoot wads on the deer spot.
You have to like just be in a fucking camo and pray that
Always edging.
without
barely get
visible
there.
movement.
Yeah. You slip out of the tree stand because your hands are covered in lube.
Fall out.
Oh shit! I got him, but how do I get out? So that particular one, he was. It's called quartering away. So his ass is kind of towards you, except it's, I don't know, like just picture anything quartered. Like instead of straight, it's like this. So his ass is going this way, his head is facing that way. So you got to aim your bow pin back a little bit on his last rib so the arrow comes in at an angle. And I kind of aimed a little too far back, and I didn't get the angle I wanted, and it made a thud. And usually when you hear that thud, that means you didn't hit the lungs, you hit his gut, like you hit his gut area. But it sounds like a giant tonk, and you're like, fuck. So then normally when that happens, when you have a gut shot, they don't die right away, and it's terrible. You have this sinking feeling. You feel like you're going to throw up because you feel so bad at what you just did that you fucked up the shot or whatever. So I thought I'd get him in the gut, and when you shoot him in the gut, they slowly walk. They slowly walk away. They don't run like when you hit him in the heart and the lungs, they take off. They slowly walk because of the pain.
Oh, these poor bastards,
Dude,
man.
that's why you never want to hit a gut shot. It's the worst fucking thing, and you want to cry. You
I
just wanna
feel this.
fucking
It's
shit
like I'm
yourself.
feeling like an arrow is like gonna hit me in the heart.
It's like
Yeah.
powder. You just grab the deer and whoever you're with.
And you want to bring him.
just
You're
to
like,
transfer
dude,
the
and I'll
pain.
be honest. After I gut shotted him, I was like, I'm so sorry. I felt so bad.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Now, can you die, please? Because I want to get down. So, and he slowly walks away, and then he walks, and I'm like, fuck, I gut shotted him.
Yeah.
So there's going to be, I was prepared to stay in the tree all fucking night and not get out until the sun rose. So I watch him 30 yards, and he beds down, and I'm like, I'm not leaving this tree.
You're like, I
I'll
might
stay
fuck
here.
him.
Yeah, he's not paying attention. He's weak. You can get him. So I was 30 yards. He beds down, and I'm like, I'm not leaving the tree all night. I'm staying up here. I have
Why'd
no
he bend
water,
down? Was he a
food.
Muslim?
Yeah, he was praying to Allah.
I really hope I don't get shot.
That's a bad shot, asshole. Fuck. Got me right in the stomach. So I watch him, and then he slowly and he beds down, and he plops his fucking head down. I was like, that's it. It's over.
Yeah.
I go, I don't know what I did. He gets back up. I've never seen this before. He gets back up. He goes to walk. He falls again. Does the same thing. Gets back up, goes to walk, and he falls again. I'm like,
You're like,
what
I'm glad
the
I put all
fuck?
that lube on the ground.
It's like leaving a Key West bar.
His hooves is sticking to the grass. So I'm watching him, and then finally, like after the third time he did that, then he just flopped over, and I saw what I did because the shot was too far back. I got through the gut, the liver, and one lung. So it took him a little bit.
Oh, shit.
Instead of both
God.
lungs, where it only take him 30 seconds, this took about a minute.
I mean, at
minute
this
and a
point,
half.
shouldn't you just like pull out and just mercy kill right in the face?
Well, that's the thing.
Like, shoot it
sometimes
right
you want
through
to
the head.
Slit its
I try to
throat.
get another goddamn shot at him, but where he was, there was too many like branches and trees and shit, so
Yeah.
I couldn't get the arrow through.
just hits him in the foot.
Just keep chipping away at this thing.
Now he's missing a fucking hoof, and he's shot in the stomach.
Maybe somebody did in the woods.
It's so much.
In its snout.
You get him in the ear like Trump. He's like ah. So I actually got down to finish him off, thinking that he was alive. And so
yeah.
I got. Deer have giant dicks, by the way. They're fucking.
Really?
Oh, they're
What are they,
gigantic.
4 or 5 inches?
Depends on what you call big.
Come on, folks.
And well, these are white-tailed deer, so a little bit smaller.
Come on.
Hello, folks. Hello. So I go up to him, and then I think one deer was standing right there, and he ran, and I thought that was the one. I'm like, fuck. And then all of a sudden, I just looked down at my feet, and he's right at my feet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he was dead. But that was when I had to clean him out and take everything out. I noticed, got the guts, liver, and one fucking lung. And anybody like who hunts notice, like, that's going to take a couple, it's not a pure gut shot.
Yeah.
But you still hit the guts, so it's going to take a little bit longer. The hardest part
Was your dick?
I couldn't even get out of the tree. My dick was so hard.
I'm like such a loser. I'm actually listening to this, and then you're just piping in cock jokes. I'm like, God damn, I forgot we're on a funny
No,
podcast.
I'm listening too.
We're on the outdoor channel here at Gas Digital, coming soon. And so the hardest part was dragging him out, getting him out, because he was so fucking heavy. He was big. His fucking neck, it was like it was this fucking wide. It was huge.
What are we doing, material?
Hello, folks. You hear that? And was dragging him out, and I'm getting fucking older. I can't. It's not like when in my 20s you could muscle them out. And
How much do they weigh? Like 150?
that fucker weighed about 160. Yeah, he was a big boy. And I drag him out. It's about a 400-yard, 500-yard drag to get him out of the fucking woods. Drag him out, no problem, whatever. getting him into the tailgate of my truck was the hardest thing to do. Because it's just dead weight.
Right.
So I'm picking it up.
So you don't remove any of the stuff there.
No, you do that in
it
the
at
woods.
home.
You
Okay.
clean out.
Yeah.
No, I clean them all out right
Okay.
there. I
Oh,
take
no
his
shit.
guts,
And it's
his
still that
innards out.
fucking heavy.
Yeah, oh,
with all
dude,
that
and
stuff out.
he was just a beast of a buck.
Damn.
He was a monster. Very grateful for that boy. But he just picking him up, and he would slide over to one side. So then I would fucking drop him and then try to get his back legs up, and then I couldn't do that. So finally, I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I go, it's taking me a half hour to get him into the truck. Like I said, I'm getting older. My back hurts. I think I tore a ligament in my foot on the way out. And finally, I'm like, this guy on YouTube goes like, dude, grab him underneath the legs and just slowly work him. And he was a jiu-jitsu guy. He goes, it's all weight manipulation. So I'm like, yeah, all right, I understand. Start picking him up, slowly getting him up. I got him halfway up, I put my knee under his ass, and then finally just like pick my knee up and get him over the fucking tailgate. Dude, my body was killing me the next fucking day. My back hurts.
I'm just picturing you then driving covered in blood.
I was covered and I didn't know I was covered in blood. It's funny you mentioned that. I didn't
It's
see
like
my
the third
fucking
act
face.
in a movie where like it's just flying after the scene, just driving in the sunset.
Just sitting there tired with blood on your face, like fucking goddamn
Bill
it.
had to die.
Just regretting your decision, feeling bad you just killed a living creature. Like
So I was just in Chicago, and I have a buddy there, Morgan, and he likes to hunt, and shout out to him. But he actually explained it to me in a way that totally opened up hunting in my mind.
Yeah.
Where he's like, dude, like I live in a fucking major city. He's like, I work as an artist. I got to fucking stay alive. He's like, I go kill a deer, I'll have food for like a year or two.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and I
especially
was like,
a deer that size.
and I was like, oh, I just realized like you can literally eat that for a year.
Yeah.
Like I'd never put that together in my head. And it'd be so funny. I go through it in like a week, and I'm like, I don't know what you were talking about.
Yeah, but I put sugar on mine and chocolate syrup. They're fantastic on a Sunday. You ever have it?
Oh dear.
I didn't even need the fridge.
Look, dude,
Stayed fresh. Made a fucking
I
charcuterie board.
put some provolone in the asshole. Delicious. So good. So I didn't see that I had all the fun. Like I could see my clothes are covered, but my face. So I stopped at Wendy's when I was done.
Oh my God.
And the lady's just looking at me like, I pull up and she's like, yeah, it's 13. 27.
Yeah.
And I go to hand her my card and I still have blood on my hands and she goes,
Oof.
okay.
Oh my God.
Do you like Wendy's?
I fucking love Wendy's.
You like when these nuts hit your chin? Come on, fuck.
Hey, come on, guys. Come on. Give me some skin. Give me some skin.
Follow these boys online. Watch Mike's special. Make sure you let them know that we sent you. I gotta go watch this Jets game. This is a
They're
big
going to
one.
lose.
They're not gonna lose. We got this. They're gonna win by 3 points. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout out to the Gas Army, and make sure you guys support this on YouTube and all the good stuff. Peace. Be good.
Yeah.